So I want to talk about maybe the unheralded secret to success, and that's expectations management. I'll tell you a quick story. My wife and I like to hike, and in 2016, with another family, we booked a trip to the Grand Canyon. Our kids were 16, and 12, and at that point didn't love to hike. Trip was in July, so it was going to be about 110 degrees as a high temperature. In order to do the hike down the canyon, we'd have to leave at probably about 4 in the morning with headlamps on. They were not very thrilled about that, but we built it up, we talked about it, and they did it. They did an amazing job. You get to the bottom, your reward is you're really sore and you have to come back out. Coming out was tough. It's 11, 12 miles of climbing uphill. They were dehydrated, but they did it, and I think they were really proud. I know I was really proud of them. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that we had effectively managed their expectations. But that's not where the story ends. From there, we continued on. Our next stop was Moab, Utah, and we were going to stop at Arches National Park. And along the way, they were telling me how they never wanted to hike again, and asked if there would be any hiking at this Arches National Park. I hadn't done my homework. And I said, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure there's just some amazing scenery. We pull up, get out of the car, take a picture, have a sandwich, get back in the car, and we're at Moab by dinner time. We pull up though, and they hand you that little map, and I realize that the most iconic arch at Arches is called Delicate Arch, and it's about 1.5 mile climb uphill one way, and then you got to climb back. And I already knew I was going to be in trouble. We had a full-on rebellion. They were so unhappy with me, called me every name you can imagine because I had poorly managed their expectations. Now, mind you, these kids had done 22 miles in unbelievable heat, waking up at 3:30 in the morning, but they had had enough, and they were not going to do this 3-mile hike. They ultimately did it. We got this amazing picture at the end, which I think is my reminder about the importance of expectations management. But that's not ultimately where the story ends. 8 years later, we can finally laugh about it. I opened up my birthday gift a few weeks ago from my now 24-year-old daughter, and it was this hat from Arches National Park.